Hi, Lee Phillips here. I want to talk to you a minute about co-trustees. That's different than a successor trustee. A successor trustee is the guy who takes over after you can't do it anymore, when you die or when you're incompetent. But you can have a co-trustee. Mom and dad are getting a little older and they need your help in doing the banking and running the errands down to the bank and that sort of stuff. Fine. Have them appoint you as a co-trustee. Your trust should have a provision in it which says mom and dad can appoint a co-trustee. Check your trust. Make sure that your trust has the provision in it that you can appoint a co-trustee. Now that's different than after I die, so-and-so is the successor trustee. This isn't the same thing. The co-trustee is appointed and they then have power to act as a trustee along with you. So they have all the power that you do. The trust should have this provision. And the way you normally appoint a co-trustee is you go to the trust and you're going to have to make out a statement. And it's going to be, appointment of co-trustee, John Doe Trust, under agreement, whatever, that's the title. And then under that you say, according to paragraph 4 under section 8 of the trust, dated whatever, name of trust, then we can name a trustee, co-trustee. So we hereby appoint John Doe as co-trustee. And in fact, I can give you some language for this if you want to email. Email info@legalees, legalees.com, and I'll just send you the paragraph that I use for the appointment of co-trustees, and you can adapt it, reference the area of your trust that allows mom and dad to appoint the co-trustee. And the co-trustee is going to be appointed for a term. That term might be perpetual. It may go on forever until you make a writing and deliver it to the co-trustee that says your power's no more. The bank, whoever, is going to have, the trust should say that they have full confidence when the co-trustee guy shows up, hands them the paper that says I'm co-trustee. The bank should deal with this guy. They should put his name on the signature card with you as a co-trustee. You might have to go down to the bank, they're getting funny these days, and say, I've appointed Johnny as co-trustee. His name needs to be on the bank account. Now, this doesn't mean that Johnny is going to receive the bank account when you die. It doesn't mean that he can spend the money. You're still a beneficiary. Everything is done for your benefit, not for his benefit. But he has the ability to do business at the bank on your behalf. And if you need it at the brokerage house, then you're going to have to go to the brokerage house. Maybe you're going to have to go too, and Johnny's going to have a piece of paper that says, I'm appointed co-trustee. Of course, you're going to sign that paper, notarize it. However you did your trust, same signature procedure. The lawyers are going to love that. By the way, the little kid shows up at school and the teacher says, what does your dad do? And the kid says, well, he's a lawyer. And the teacher says, honest? And the kid says, no, just a regular one. But at any rate, appoint the co-trustee. Don't be bashful about it. If you need help, have the kids, one of the kids, somebody help you as co-trustee. This is very different than putting their name on the bank account. When you put their name on the bank account, that means when you die, they get the bank account. I don't care what your trust says. I don't care what your will says. If they're a joint tenant with you on the bank account, you die, they get it. So it's very different than operating as a joint tenant. The co-trustee just manages for your benefit, for the benefit of the trust. When you die, the successor trustee is going to kick in. That may be different than the co-trustee, But the successor trustee is then going to act, and the trust will say, when I die, then the successor trustee acts. So this is Lee Phillips. Oh, by the way, get my ebook too on how to use the trust. How to use a trust. It's free. I don't sell your information. I don't even advertise on my YouTube channels, you might notice. And I just give you the information. That's my business, is to provide information to people. So get the ebook, How to Use a Trust, and you just click below. Do the likes, subscribe, whatever. Lee Phillips, yeah, I'm still an attorney, talking about co-trustees for your trust.